here with possibly the most interesting person on the planet. This is Kristen. We are at PPR. Kristen has a billboard of herself up in Manhattan in New York. She says was, but is still a supermodel. And we are going to ask her some questions today. First of all, Kristen, how are you feeling today?
I'm feeling great. It's Mother's Day celebration. It's awesome.
It is. So first of all, happy Mother's Day.
Thank you.
Now, being a mother, one of the most thankless jobs on the planet, obviously. You do all this hard work. Nobody ever gives you the credit that you need. So I'd like to be the first one to say that we appreciate you, Kristen.
Thank you. It kind of sounds like real estate.
And that leads you to my question. I think you have some insight. What are the similarities between your experience as being a mother versus your experience as being an agent?
I would say there's a lot of similarities because you have to be patient. You have to listen when there's a problem. You can't try to solve the problem before you know what it is. And yeah, a lot of listening and patience, a lot of understanding what they're going through, and a lot of problem solving.
I could definitely touch on the problem solving. And I know that being a mother, you have probably gotten a couple of different skill sets and some practice doing some things. So what skills from being a mom have you applied to your career in real estate?
Being able to sit in a car for a long period of time.
I didn't want to say that that's all they do because they do a lot more, but man, it seems like they're in the car for a long time. All right, I have a more creative question for you. So we've been asking people all day. We have the man cave, we know that men like to build their own little dens, but as a mom, give me two components that would make the absolute perfect mom house for you.
The mom house, I would say fabulous closet, and then you could just add on to my fabulous closet maybe a little podcast area so I could do my filming in complete and utter non-interruption. But it has to be in the back of the closet because they got to find me. Make them work for it.
So we were talking earlier and you told me that you like to do podcasts and interviews. Have you done any of that stuff to boost your career in real estate? Have you kind of intermingled those two worlds yet?
Okay, so on my podcast, I do have a podcast. It's called The Kristen Show. And that's more about overcoming your backstory, what you've been through to get where you are today. And then we're working on developing a real estate and builder show. So that's in the work. If you know anybody who's looking to sponsor the real estate and business show, because it is expensive. We do everything in the studio.
Okay, so give me this. What was your best podcast episode of the podcast that you have running right now, and where can we find it?
Wow, I've had so many great people with so many great stories. I've had a producer who was filming in Sanibel, and then the storm came and they were talking about Sanibel shelling, and it ended up being about Hurricane Ian. I've interviewed somebody who used to be a multi-millionaire, still is, but now he worries about the homeless. I had another person who thought he was going to die at 40. So every company he started, he gave all the money away. Yeah, so I've had some great stories. I couldn't just pick one. I've had our broker Jillian. There's a little backstory there. For those of you who don't know, you'll have to find it.
That is super interesting. So usually when I talk to people that do podcasts or interviews, a lot of their content is about themselves, but it sounds like a lot of your content is about other people. What inspired you to take that approach with your podcasting?
So I used to be Mrs. USA. And when I was Mrs. USA, I became the spokesperson for an international foundation. And they taught abuse recovery and empowerment programs for women. And I taught with them after I was done being their spokesperson. So I was with them for 3 years. And then I taught their abuse recovery empowerment programs afterwards. So through that, I kind of developed this, and I did a lot of hurricane relief. We did 3 planes. Premier Plus was great in helping me with that, by the way. Big shout out to them. We did 3 planes, 2 boats, and I think it's 4 or 5 containers of supplies to the Bahamas. So that's always been my mantra, is helping other people, giving back. So if those stories can help other people, it's like finding a house for somebody. First-time home buyers, I've been doing this since I was 19. So I started in that world. So developing people to find their house, what they want, learning who they are, what their likes and dislikes are, and then finding what makes them happy. It kind of goes in the same line. So I think I've been doing it all my life.
Now, did I tell you that this was the most interesting person that you've heard from today, or did I tell you that this is the most interesting person that you've heard from today? Ladies and gentlemen, Kristen.
Well, thank you very much for the beautiful compliments. I appreciate it. And if you want to find the podcast, you can find it on YouTube or your favorite podcast platform like Spotify and Apple, all those guys. Everybody's got it. It's on 21 platforms, and it's called The Kristen Weirden Show.
Find The Kristen Weirden Show and follow it. Thank you.
Thank you.